For more than 2 decades, Pablo Escobar built the largest, most lucrative, and most violent drug kingdom the world had ever seen. He'd held his own poor nation hostage while keeping a superpower at bay.
It was extremely hard to hunt Pablo, not only because of the corruption, but also because of the fact that he was constantly moving.
But now, on December 2nd, 1993, after a 16-month manhunt through the jungles and cities of Colombia, the search block, with the aid of the United States DEA and agents Steve Murphy and Javier Peña, has cornered Pablo Escobar inside a 3-story row house on the outskirts of Medellin. Surrounded by his enemies, Escobar has only one bodyguard left to protect him.
Pablo's lone bodyguard, Limon, goes out the window onto the roof of that 2-story row house behind the row house Pablo was in, and he started shooting at the 2 police officers on the ground. They return fire. He takes off running, thinking he's going to escape. The cops engage him in a firefight. He's shot off the roof, and he falls dead on the ground.
As the search block makes its way through the safe house, Pablo begins to exchange fire.
Pablo Escobar is shooting at the police shooting at Pablo.
As they get to the 2nd floor, they see Pablo on the 3rd floor looking down, and he actually shoots at one of the police officers. He tripped on the step and fell flat on his face, which saved his life because the bullet went over his head and missed him.
Pablo is pinned down, desperate for a way out.
Pablo gets up to that 3rd floor window. He climbs out the window down to the 2nd level. He wants to make his way out, but he doesn't see Limon, so he knows something bad's happened.
All alone, and with the search block closing in, Pablo tries to make an escape.
There was an area of that roof that the guys on the ground could not see you if you were in that area, but Pablo knew the police officers were coming up the steps, and they would be able to look out the window and see him.
They followed him to the rooftop, and while they're chasing him, he's got 2 pistols, and he is shooting at the police. Police are shooting at him.
Once Pablo Escobar is forced into the open, alone, with no army of bodyguards to protect him, his fate is sealed.
There's no way for him to hide. He tries to make a run across the roof. They catch him in a crossfire, and he's killed right there on top of that roof.
Colombia's 20-year hell is over in only 20 minutes. In a barrage of final gunfire, cocaine kingpin Pablo Escobar finally meets his fate.
Pablo was shot 3 times, once in the back of the leg, once in the rump, which are knockdown shots, but neither one of those are kill shots. And then the kill shot was through the right ear.
With a final bullet, the DEA's decades-long hunt for the world's most wanted criminal becomes its greatest victory.
You could hear across the radio, "Viva Colombia, Pablo is dead." I gotta tell you, we were pretty happy. It felt like the weight of the world had been lifted off of everybody's shoulders. There's high fives, there's back slapping. It's hard to explain the exhilaration we all felt because this thing was finally over.